I'm vlogging. It's boring. I'm Colleen. That's you, Mommy.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and oh, I just bonked Flynn in the head with my camera. I apologize. You okay?
Yeah.
You guys want to see an embarrassing weepy moment I had in my car today? You're in luck, because I have one for you. I'm out here crying in the In-N-Out line. To the twins, the Becoming Ugly song that I did, I start as Miranda, and then I transition into me in the song. And they've seen a couple Miranda things, but they haven't seen a lot of Miranda videos, and I obviously don't dress up like Miranda anymore, so I don't think they remember ever seeing me in person as Miranda. The last time I did Miranda, they were too young to remember that time. We were listening to the songs that I put on the Yoto. There's a couple like Miranda songs on there, and so I was like, oh, I've never shown them Becoming Ugly one, and I haven't seen it since I posted it. So I just showed it to them in the car while we're sitting in the In-N-Out line. They're watching it, and Maisie goes, Mommy, you're really funny. And it made me weep. I don't know why that made me cry. I think I just like, I miss being funny. Also like feel happy that she liked it, thought it was funny. Wesley did too, but I don't know, and now I'm just weeping in the In-N-Out line. I have to go pay for my food right now with tears in my face. It made me feel so happy that I'm happy crying.
You're happy?
Yeah, you made me feel happy because you said that you thought I was funny.
You turned into Miranda. I thought it was Miranda, but it's you.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go say hello to my cheeky chicks, shall we? Hello, ladies. How we doing out here today? You guys, I've desperately tried to figure out how to get a camera out here because they're still getting picked on. Her feathers on her head, a bunch of them have been ripped out of her skull, and I want to know who's doing it. I think it's Pickles, because Pickles is the bully, but I'm not sure. It could be Radiohead. I don't know what's going on, and I just feel so bad for her. I just want to help her, and I can't until I know like who's doing it and what's going on so I can like fix the behavior, but someone's picking on my baby girl. And I've been trying to figure out how to get a camera to work out here and get the Wi-Fi to reach out here because we're pretty far from the house in my chicken coop. And no matter what I do, I can get it to work, and I'm frustrated because I did get to work one day it worked. I don't know if my Wi-Fi was just exceptional that day or something, but there was one day where it worked. So I know that it can work, but I don't know why it stopped working, and I don't know how to get it to work again. So I'm frustrated. I've been out here for an hour trying to figure this out, and I can't figure it out. Hello everyone, it's the next day, and I never did figure out the camera thing, but Eric said he can get me a Wi-Fi extender, and so hopefully then I'll be able to get a camera set up out in the backyard. But it's Tuesday, the day that I'm posting this, so this is the Tortilla Talk Tuesday video of the week, which means I'm going to answer all of your questions. I'm not going to edit this vlog very much, and I'm excited because you guys asked some really good questions. But first, I just want to say I'm so annoyed because I'm having the worst acne flare-up right now. It's driving me crazy. I have a filter on my camera, so it usually smooths my skin a little bit. I'm getting all this acne on my chin, on my neck, even on my back, like, and I've never been someone who struggled a lot with acne. Like in high school, you know, I'd get some acne here and there every once in a while, but it was never super bad. But the past few weeks, I feel like I keep getting these little flare-ups, and right now it feels so bad. Like my chin is just like exploding with acne. And as someone with dermatillomania, I have a skin peeking disorder. It's like impossible for me to just leave it and let it heal. Like I literally am not capable of doing that. Like I just want to rip off all my skin. And it's a stupid struggle, I guess, but it's a struggle that I'm going through today and just in life right now. But enough about that. That's not that interesting. Let's get to your questions. All right. Jordan said, Tortilla Talk question, what do I journal about? I've been wanting to start journaling, but I need some tips. I never know what to write down. I always feel weird or annoying. Thanks in advance for everything. Why would you feel weird or annoying for journaling? I'm a big lover of a journal, but the fun thing about a journal is there's no rules. You don't have to have anything to write about. You can write about what happened in your day. You could just draw a picture. You can write a story. You can write about just your feelings. You can write about other people. You can write about whatever you want. Now, some people write in their journal with the idea and the thought that someone will eventually read the journal. I've written in journals before going like, oh, my kids someday will want to read this, so I'll write with that in mind as I journal. Some people think no one will ever read this is only for my eyes, and that's how they write, which is probably the best way to do it, but there's not really a best way. Any and all ways are good, but I will show you how I utilize journals nowadays. Back in the day, journals were all about my feelings. They were my prayers and my thoughts to God. They were my woes and my passions. It was my everything growing up. First thing you got to do though is just get a journal. There's one right here in front of me, so I have this little cute journal. I like the ones with the little thingy that keeps it shut. This one's more of like a to-do list one. So this one I'm not gonna write like my thoughts and feelings in. It's just gonna be like, oh, this is what I have to do today kind of vibes. I'm just going through my journals, and I just remembered another thing that you can do with the journal, and this is really fun. You can get a friend and be like, do a pen pal journal. So I did this actually on set of Haters Back Off with the girl who played my sister. Her name's Francesca, but she played the role of Emily. We have a journal, I think it's right here. So we would write in this and then give it to the other person, and then the other person would write it and give it back. So we had this little friend fun journal. So that's another fun way to use journals. But like this one is from my bus tour in 2018. Look, we went to Dollywood, so I slapped in a picture of Dolly in there. Here, this page is from Birmingham, Alabama, and there's pictures of me and Flynn that I took somewhere. And I take a Polaroid camera with me wherever I go. I mean, this one's more like a scrapbook, but Polaroid photos of me in Alabama there. Here's another one from tour. This is from a long time ago. This is like from 2015, and I would tape in stuff from fans a lot too. So this one says, a sweet card from a mommy at the show last night. See, look, letters from fans in Manchester. This is, I don't know what year this is. There's lots of pictures, backstage passes. This is a letter from Ben Stiller and Christine Taylor from the New York City show I had. And then it looks like we went to a theme park, and someone at the theme park gave me a letter. And so I took the letter and I made a little pocket and I put it in there. Yeah, I just basically write about my day, what I did that day, and then put in pictures and stuff. So my journals are oftentimes more like scrapbooks. But I strongly recommend journaling. It's so fun, and you won't regret it later in life because you get to go back and read it. Okay, I have another one to show you because I still do this journaling stuff even though I'm not on tour anymore. I did it for our little trip we just took, actually. So I take a little tiny printer with me, like this little tiny portable printer that prints out stickers. Then I can print the pictures and stick them directly into the book. And I just write about what we do every day, and that way the kids now have something they can look back on to remember all of our adventures together. So this is super fun. Strongly recommend. But you don't need to do the printing of the pictures and everything to journal. You can literally just write about your feelings if you want. You can just write about your day and your feelings. And it's so therapeutic and it's so wonderful. Strongly recommend.
Hey y'all, it's much later. It's literally almost 2 in the morning and my sister is asleep like 10 feet from me, so I have to be really quiet. I'm hiding in the hotel bathroom because we're currently on a cute little girls trip for the night in Los Angeles. But right now I'm just gonna finish up this vlog by doing some Tortilla Talk questions. So let's get to it. Heather Morrison said, Tortilla Talk question, you talking about your brain made me think about those sessions you were having earlier this year where they were tracking your brain activity or something. Can you give an update on that if you want? And sure, I can give you an update on that. The update is that I stopped doing it. I did not notice really a difference, I don't think, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. What she's talking about is at the end of last year / beginning of this year, I was doing this thing, and I don't remember what it was called, some sort of brain therapy where they like hooked up all this stuff to my brain and sent like wavelengths of things into my brain and tried to fix the depression, anxiety, and panic and all of that. I did it for a good amount of time, and by the end of it, when they retested my brain, they were like, oh, you have more anxiety and panic than you did when we started. What's going on? I think maybe it was a bad time for me to try it. I know people personally who have benefited from that kind of therapy and really liked it. So I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I don't know. It just didn't work for me in that time frame when I did it, how I did it. I don't know. It just didn't work. Maybe if I kept going, it would have eventually made a big difference for me, but honestly, I needed to stop. It was almost like it felt like for me, it was making things worse because I was so focused on it and I was like going to this thing every single day, getting my brain zapped every single day. And that sounds bad saying like getting my brain zapped. They weren't zapping my brain. They were just like sending like wavelengths. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing something where there's like brain waves in your brain and they're sending other kind into your brain to make it so that your brain isn't as depressed and doesn't have panic and whatnot. And I did not notice a big difference. So it wasn't the right fit for me at that time in my life. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's not a great thing. I don't know. I know a lot of people who love it. Emily said, how does editing hurt your shoulder? I'm just curious because I said that I've been editing a lot and it hurts my shoulder or something like that. And it's that my position, for some reason, holding the mouse or using the trackpad on my laptop, for some reason, the way that there's like stress in my hand of like clicking and doing things fast, I don't know what it is, but it just hurts this area right here and in the back. And that repetitive motion for hours and hours and hours every single day, for some reason, just caused tendonitis in my arm, and it gets super painful. The more I edit, the more pain I'm in, and I'm not complaining because what a dream job to have, but yeah, that's why my shoulder hurts. Pop Music 2008 said, do you have any more Colleen's vault footage we can see? I haven't seen this question in a while, but I'm sure that I do. I have a lot of footage, and what they're talking about is I took a break from the internet for a while, and during that time I was still vlogging because my therapists and doctors and whatever that I was working with during that time of my life said that it would be good for me to continue to vlog because this is how I express myself. This is how this has just been such a huge part of my life for so long that it was very jarring and strange to suddenly not be talking to you guys, not be talking to the camera and talking out loud about my feelings and my thoughts and everything every single day. So I vlogged a lot of that time when I wasn't posting on the internet, and I never intended really for anyone to see any of it. And honestly, you probably will never see most of it because the majority of it looks like this. But I do have a few clips that I've shown you guys in the past, that time frame, like just simple happy moments that I could find. I'm going to go looking for some footage, and it might be a clip you've already seen. I don't really know what I've shown you and what I haven't. I can't really remember, but I'll go find something cute.
Here, Maisie. Pretty.
No.
What do you want me to draw? A star? You want a star? Monster truck?
Monster.
Monster truck? Okay. Okay, I'll try a monster truck. What's that?
Monster.
Is it a monster truck?
Monster truck.
You want another monster truck?
Yeah.
Okay, give me that. Wow, big wheels.
With monster truck.
A monster truck.
Monster truck.
Another one? I think the only thing in the world that Wesley cares about these days is monster trucks. You like monster trucks?
Monster truck.
Yeah, monster trucks. That's all you care about. Maisie, do you like monster trucks? Yeah, Wesley likes monster trucks. Do you like Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Ka.
K, yeah, K. That's right.
Purple.
Purple, yeah. Thank you.
Purple. Oh, my dad someone a problem.
Really? I feel like if Maisie was an era, she'd be Reputation. I feel like she's always out for revenge.
Madam?
You're all done? Okay, goodbye.
Sarah said, Tortilla Talk question, Colleen, how's your dermatillomania? I know for a long time you were limping because it was so painful and you were ashamed of your feet and fingers. How are your feet doing? Is it painful to walk on them? I don't want to make you feel bad, but it's been a long time since you last talked about it. Well, it's been a long time since I talked about it because it's really bad. It's been not great. And it hasn't been great for a while, but I've got bigger fish to fry in my life right now as far as mental health goes. So I'm trying to get all of my mental health ducks in order before I get to my dermatillomania duck, because the other ducks are a little bit more important and pressing. And then I can get to the skin picking disorder at a later date and time, but it's not great. Thanks for asking. M. Rose said, hey guys, so I'm freshly pregnant and I am in desperate search to find tips for any morning sickness and horrible nausea. Could any of y'all help me out? I love this. I love whenever you guys use my comment section as a way to like get advice or help from each other. I love anytime that it feels like a really nice community down in the comment section. So thank you for feeling brave enough and safe enough to even pose a question in the comment section. And thank you to the people who responded to her. Someone said, have you tried ginger? Someone else said, for me, it was huge cups of ice using wristbands called C-bands. I used the wristbands. Sometimes they worked for me, sometimes they didn't. I also talked to my doctor about it. Highly recommend doing that because I didn't know, but your doctor can give you medicine for it. So I took Zofran for a lot of my pregnancy with the twins, and that was, oh my God, it was so helpful. It was so helpful. So I was very grateful to my doctor for that. I also tried out those Preggy Pops. They're like little lozenges, but they taste like ginger and lemon and stuff. And those kind of helped my nausea a little bit. But the number one thing was to never let my stomach get completely empty. So I try to think of even just like the smallest thing that I could maybe stomach, like saltine crackers or for some reason chocolate chip granola bars or something that I was able to stomach kind of at any time. But you find that one thing or a couple of little snacky things and you keep them by your bedside table, you keep them in your purse. Just make sure you always have like at least a bite of food in your stomach, because for me, the emptier my stomach got, the more nauseous I got. It sucks because everything, the sound of any kind of food makes you want to barf. And so you don't want to eat, but that's, something that can help the nausea. So yeah, making sure my stomach always had something in it, talking to my doctor and getting the medication that was right for me. The wristbands are helpful and Preggy Pops. That's what helped me. But if anyone else has suggestions for her, you can tell mrose9 in the comments below. Tips and tricks that helped you with your nausea. All right, that's all I'm going to answer today. I'm going to go get some sleep. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.